I don't want to cut this realtor out, but it's not looking like it may not work out the way we want. And we have a timeline. And if you would be cool, maybe you got me on. You're like, you know what, Mike, I'll always help you out. I've been trying to help you out for a few years. I'm never going to turn you down. I followed the cliche of don't mix friendship with business. And it really bothered me, like not hitting you up. Everybody's telling me like, no, you don't want to do that. They sound all good on the outside, but in the end, they're still out to look out for themselves only. And I never got that impression from you. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go about it this way. And I didn't want to affect anything between you and I.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll play it safe. That experience led us to a home that we almost got into. And there was something really wrong with this home. It had a retaining wall that was coming down that could have fell down at any moment, got into the house, and cost us the home. I'm thinking that our agent is gonna have our back on it. She didn't. She was just like, listen, I'll be alright, just pay for it, go half on half with it. Just go ahead with the house. Like she was pushing for us to get the home. I was very surprised by that. I was like, I thought your best interest was in us as a buyer.
Yeah.
I'm going in seller mode. Just because we're almost at the finish line. But home inspector said, don't do it. 2 construction companies came in, said, don't do it. You got to get it repaired. You want to stay away from it. It had a lot. Like we fell in love with the house. But the safety of our kids was first. In the middle of all that, we get told that our current home that we're renting from is going up for sale.
It was a nightmare. Yeah. It really was. We were doing this because we were excited and we were like, okay, it's time. Let's do this. Yeah. To that happening, to then them coming in and saying that they're selling the house we're currently living in, and I'm like, I'm done doing this moving, and this is the last move we are going to do.
So now we had a timeline, and I was like, I'm gonna call my guy Ricardo. Let me get his thoughts. And then when I called you, I explained to you, and you were giving me tips with everything. Yeah. I don't want to cut this realtor out. It's not looking like it may not work out the way we want. And we have a timeline, and if you would be cool, maybe you got me on and be like, you know what, Mike, I'll always help you out. I've been trying to help you out for a few years. I'm never going to turn you down. And I felt like a sense of relief, like I had somebody that was going to be able to pick up the pieces for us. This house didn't go through. I called you. We hashed out details of what we were looking for. From that moment, I just felt like confident, like, all right, this guy's going to help me out. I have a rapport with him, and you've been helping me just by chit-chatting for 2 years. I was like, you know what? You call her.
Yeah.
If you guys hit it off, once you guys hit it off, she was like, I like Ricardo, he's great, he's nice. I can talk to him, I feel like he gets me, I feel like I know him. And I was like, yeah, that's who he is.
So instantly, once we had that conversation, it was a different feel. Right away, I knew we're getting a house. This is it, like, we're getting a house. Yeah. And I went from feeling so bummed out and feeling this is not gonna happen, this is a lot harder than what I thought it was gonna be, to, especially with that situation, like, I just felt very low. And then right away,
like within the
I was helping, I'm looking, we're sending you stuff, and you're getting us in there even before open house. And we did not have that experience. You and I always connected on the same, the same houses.
When you have a family, you look at things a little differently, right? And like the functionality of the house. No matter what you said, I knew that the number one thing, number 1, number 2, and number 3 was getting your daughter into the school system. Yeah. I also pay attention to like body language and action. Yeah. And everything that I was seeing from him, I knew right away. And I have a daughter, so I know what it's like.
I knew giving you this challenge was not easy. Look at us as an applicant, right? Like we're going in jointly. We're an FHA. And then you got heavyweights coming in with cash. They see a house like this, let's just say, they could come out here and just say, you know what, I'm gonna blow it out the water and give you X amount of $1,000.
I didn't think we had it.
On top of that, we told you everything we wanted. You want central AC? We want 12 by 12 bedrooms average throughout. We want 3 minimum. How many bathrooms you want? Half bathroom, 1 full? No, we want 2 full bathrooms.
We want it all.
You want a basement, 2-car garage? Oh, we want the public utilities. And we want the move-in ready.
Yeah, move-in ready.
Move-in ready. No, Ricardo, I'm not taking out all this family. No, we're not doing it. You make us realize, like, you may have expectations, but you really have to have an understanding of realizing what you may have to get into if you want to get into this market with this low interest rate. Like what you told us, like check off as many boxes as you can. See which boxes check off that mean the most to you.
That was a great tool to help us, because We were all over the place.
Yeah.
Once we did exactly that, and Mike made that spreadsheet
Yeah.
with those boxes of everything that we were looking for, and then as we're going and looking at houses, and you're showing us houses, and we're checking off those boxes of what we wanted, and it had everything with budget, utilities, and then room sizes, school, all that good stuff. And it was just so much easier to make that decision and really figure out what we were gonna do.
If you analyze houses and you look at comps, and then you realize like, what I'm gonna get in Bergen County for this amount of dollars versus what I'm gonna get outside of Bergen County, I'm getting way more house for
it's not even close.
For the similar amount, right?
No, you can't.
It's
you
not
really
even
just
close.
can't compare because, and I tried.
When we found out that Oak Ridge shares the same school system as Lake Hopatcong, and our best friend is right there.
That was the deal. That was
Man,
it.
like
That
you
was
were like,
it.
all right, let's see what we can do. And then you were like, all right, Mike, Steenie, this is what we're gonna do. This is the kind of offer we're gonna make. Find out if your bank closes in 30 days.
Our terms were strong.
They were, yeah.
And to compete, for me, it's always about how can I put together an offer that gives you a fighting chance, but I don't want to leave you in a vulnerable position either. We're not going to waive home inspection.
Right.
We're not going to waive appraisal.
Right.
You can't on an average anyway.
And you can't, right.
But you can pay the difference. We're not going to do that. There is a line between making your offer stand out, but also protecting your client. And we got to do both.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been able to do any of this, I think, without the proper guide.
Yeah.
And you definitely provided that for us.
Yeah, I mean, so
we're
when
first time homebuyers. We don't know any of these things.
Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, yo, thank you. Thank you so much, because it was like, I called you, got us here, and now today you hand us the keys, man. I want to say thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
It's been an amazing experience. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for everything you did for the girls. I mean, I wasn't even expecting that. I didn't even, that was nowhere in my thought process. I was totally blown away by that. And just your generosity.
Well,
to
Mike
care
told me,
so
we were
much.
talking today, and we, just thinking about, how we're gonna meet and everything, and he was telling me that Riley wasn't too excited,
No,
and that made me kind of sad, because I'm like, why? So then he started telling me a little bit, so we wanted to cheer up.
Oh, that blew me out of the water. That was amazing. I was not expecting that, and I thank you so much. That was the sweetest thing anybody has ever done, and I think that was amazing, and I love it. Thank you. Oh, I am so happy. Come on, look, this is where we're gonna do laundry.
Let's get down to business.